I think the shape of Brest this time was not the best. I think Brest was all over the place. They were not able to be compact this time. So Barca was easily, in fact, Barca easily how do you say it? Malfondled,
Brest were exposed.
No, don't
yeah,
worry. That's the
malfondled,
magic of shape of
yeah,
breast.
malfondled the Brest. Brest was really exposed this time.
Join us at Ashili Sports as we deliver to you the post-match of Champions League. Yes, Pep Guardiola, Manchester City, 5 games, unable to win single one of them. And hey, Feyenoord came back into the game and it was absolutely incredible, dynamic drama. Whilst Real Madrid is still battling in the Champions League as well, placing in the 24th place of the league table, whilst Liverpool is still on top of the league table. The tactical analysis, the tactical discipline of the game, what happened with Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. Don't forget, Arsenal went away to massacre a lot of goals against Sporting. With me is Sammy, Eddie, and Emmanuel. What's up, guys? Welcome to Ashili Sports. If you are new, hit the subscription button, like and share the video. And Sammy, Kylian Mbappe unable to utilize a penalty Madrid got to get into the game. What's your tactical view of the first half of that game?
It's a clear message to the football fans out there that Real Madrid is Vinicius. It's as simple as that. I think Ancelotti's tactics in the first half actually worked. If you watch the game critically, in the first half, it was good. He was able to stop a lot of transition from the midfield. So that was a good thing. But then looking at the other side of the game, other aspect, I think Liverpool dominated Real Madrid very, very well. Sometimes I feel like Real Madrid right now is lacking a coach, the tactical ability of a coach, because you don't have a player like Jude Bellingham. And all what Bellingham does is to tackle. That is really sad. Mbappe, on the other hand, for me as a football fan, I think it's normal for a player like this to go through a phase like this because he just came from a league lower than the league is playing now. So yeah, definitely coming to a big club, it takes time. We have players who have gone through the same situation and came back stronger. The defense of Real Madrid was good. I think Asensio played a very good game. Rudiger was good. Of course, the keeper was good. But then Liverpool was a bit clinical, a bit better than Madrid in the first half. But when we went to the second half, that is where I like about Arne Slot. Arne Slot, I see that this guy is a good coach. He told the players to calm down. You have possession of the game. Just take your time when you are passing. A very big shout out to Jones. Wow, this guy is a talent for Liverpool. And I think he's somebody that we have to watch out for. He's a very, very good guy. Now talking about my fellow Real Madrid team, obviously Real Madrid facing a Liverpool side who have form. Definitely, I knew that Real Madrid is going to lose. But then the tactics of Real Madrid was poor. And from that, if you're a real football fan, you should know that I think the time is up for Ancelotti to go. They need someone who has tactics to come and help this Real Madrid team. For Mbappe, I think as time goes on, you come back. But then scoring that penalty actually did not do well for his.
Ima, since Mbappe arriving into the squad of Real Madrid, he has not been played in his favorite position. And Vinicius Jr. being absent was an opportunity for him, but he lacked the ability of creating chances for Real Madrid. Do you think he could get better?
Mbappe arrived at Real Madrid. And I don't think anything will happen because the season is over if you cannot assess his performance based on like the matches they played. Maybe after the season is over, if they win some trophies or they go through place, then you can assess Mbappe properly. But it's not a matter of him playing and his position or not. He's lacking some confidence and also adaptation is becoming a bit of a problem for Kylian Mbappe at the moment. I'm trusting Carlo Ancelotti to turn things around because I feel like the Mbappe we used to know at Paris Saint-Germain is not the Mbappe we are seeing at Real Madrid at the moment. But you can see that it's like there's this kind of, I don't know whether it's shyness or it's lack of confidence. Because whenever he moves the ball, you can see that the Mbappe we used to know at Paris Saint-Germain when he's attacking and he's moving to defenders. There's this bit of fear in the defenders. But now, yesterday, for instance, he will just get the ball, dribble past one or two players, then also pass the ball to Liverpool players again. And like you lose possession. It's kept on happening about for me. I saw about 7 times in the game, and I was like, what is happening to Kylian Mbappe? I think maybe he would need the Vinicius Junior factor too, because Vinicius wasn't in the game and it affected him in a way. Sometimes when you're playing with a player and the player is absent, it affects you, the player, your performance. I'm just hoping that he will work on himself because we thought that the international breaks and everything, he not playing for the French national team, he was going to, change things and, work on himself. But it seems nothing is working for Kylian Mbappe. So I'm just hoping that maybe the next 2 or 3 games he just find his feet and, get back in shape that like the Kylian Mbappe we used to know. For me, I don't think anything is out of like control yet. He can turn things around. Yeah.
And we witness Pep Guardiola tactics or his record being broken by 5 games now, unable to win single one of them. What do you think about Manchester City in Premier League and also in the Champions League? Do you think they can excel or they can come back to compete in both tournaments?
Right, so let me say hi to all the Ashili fans members. All right, so talking of the Champions League thing, basically with Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, they have the capability of coming, they have the squad of coming back onto their feet again. But it happens in football. Yeah, you get your peak, then at a point in time too, you will also be at your lowest point. So I think they are experiencing their lowest point. But with Pep Guardiola, he has proven to be one of the best managers in the world. So I think he can still put things in order. But it's just sad for a team like Manchester City winning the trophy last season, the EPL, falling short with 5 games without a win. I think is very sad. And the recent one, I think, with the Champions League, playing against Feyenoord, getting 3 solid goals, early goals, and giving all the 3 goals away, it's painful.
Erling Haaland unable to score goals for that 5 games period. But on yesterday Champions League, he was able to net 2 goals on his own, 1 penalty, 1 classical one. Do you think he's the reason why Pep is not performing currently?
I don't think you can blame Alejo personally. I think it's a general team like problem. From starting from the coach, to the players. You can see that most of the players are out of shape and for the kind of Manchester City football we used to know. When they score you, it's even difficult for you to get back into the game. But now it's like there's this the fear factor. Playing against Manchester City is not there anymore. We saw them against Feyenoord just last 2 days, and the way Feyenoord came back into the game from the 75th minute, they got the first goal. Then I think 10th minute they got the second goal. In the 89th minute they scored the equalizer. I don't know what's happening. Even Pep during the post-match interview, he was like, "I want to harm myself," because he's like, he's done all what he has to do for the team, but it's just not working out for the club. So I think maybe we have to just go back to the drawing board again. Maybe the coaches will sit down and maybe generally they will just do some purchasing and other stuff. Maybe they will just use 2 or 3 players to adapt to their squad. But for me, I think a lot of players who have been disappointment with the coach. If Thierry Gundogan coming from Barcelona, we expected much from him. Though he's playing, but he's not the Thierry Gundogan we used to know. If you're holding last season, he won the Premier League player of the season. You'll not see much of him this season. I think the Manchester City problem is not only Ellen Brand Haaland, it's the general team performance. The players are not performing to their best, and Pep Guardiola has to talk to the boys. I think maybe they've seen it all. They've won everything. So it's like they don't have that motivation again. Like players like Kevin De Bruyne, they've seen it all at Manchester City. So what are you going to tell them again? Maybe they have to just sell them, and in the summer they will just get new players. But for me now, the players have to change their mentality. Going into the game against Liverpool this weekend, I think they have to turn things around. If they lose against Liverpool, I think they are done for this season and English Premier League. You have to use that Liverpool game to be a turning point and turn things around. And I trust them to do that. Yeah.
Sammy Robinson made mention that under Arne Slot, he has the capability of dropping into the midfield and trying to overlap as well. And sometimes he just want him to stay. And compared to Klopp time, he was always overlapping, just direct for him to overlap or stay. But this one, he's involved, drop into midfield, sometimes overlap, and sometimes the coach will direct him to stay a bit low. Do you think there's a big difference between Klopp and Arne Slot based on his explanation? Because he made mention that he's so excited to be part of that uniqueness of Arne Slot.
Yeah, so when it comes to the difference between Arne Slot and Klopp, Klopp is someone who is, how they say, he plays the kind of meta football that is all in, all out. There's high press every time. Everybody's running every time. But when it comes to Arne Slot, he also presses, but he has a different kind of press from the laterals, from the midfield, and also from his left back and right back. So I think that is the difference with Arne Slot and Klopp. And the Slot has that patient build up, but then he knows when to move forward and go for the pressing when he needs to. But with the likes of Klopp is always direct, very, very direct, and we call it meta pressing or meta football. And Robertson, this season, he's not even been so good. He is the weakest link in Liverpool right now. But then I feel like it's good to have a coach like this, and his thought is proving us wrong, and I think he still has a lot of things to offer.
Eddie, Arsenal went to Sporting Lisbon and had a lot of goals over there. The likes of Bukayo Saka scoring, Gabriel also scoring for sure. And do you think this Arsenal team could compete with Liverpool for the Champions League?
All right. So individually, I think Arsenal and Liverpool they are all doing well in the domestic league, that's the EPL. But this new Champions League phase, is not home and away like we used to know. It's once and for all, and afterwards they will sort the teams out then. So if the Arsenal is able to probably qualify, as we all know, they've already automatically they are in the safe place. So if they perform very well, they keep their performance up, you will see them probably in the quarterfinals or probably somewhere better. But on the other side, with Liverpool, they are also doing well. We saw their performance against Real Madrid and also in the league as well. So they are all performing. So let's see how things will turn around. How they'll be able to keep up to their performance. That's the only thing
Ima, Arsenal. This season, you have been so disappointed with Arsenal, but looking at the Champions League performance against Sporting, but we know what Sporting did against City. For Arsenal to go there and make it happen, don't you think they have the capability of overturning the season?
They don't have any capability they don't have any.
In fact,
I'm being honest. Yes, me, I'm being honest. It's just like Arsenal we used to know. They will just do something one or two. The season will be over. You will go trophyless. There's nothing new. I've not watched the matches in about 6 years now. I've not watched Arsenal play. The Champions League they played against Sporting CP. I just woke up and I saw the scoreline. I can't sit down and watch Mikel Arteta do it again for the third time. It's like always you're expecting much and you just kill your hopes and everything. So now I'm just watching as a football fan, not as an Arsenal fan. I just watch the game. I enjoy the game. Though they got, I think, the 5-1 win against Sporting CP, but I'm not impressed. It's nothing. It doesn't give us any trophy. But if you go to Sporting CP and you score 5-1, I don't think it's like a trophy or something. We want to see something at the end of the season. We want to see the EPO. Even if you give us an FA Cup, we'll be okay. Just give us something. We can't just be playing and we don't see anything. We scored 14 CP5. At the end of the season, what is that going to do for us? What is that 5-1 going to do for us? Like,
well, you can brag with it that at least you won against Sporting CP 5-1.
The likes of Madrid are bragging with Champions League and the La Liga. Just last season we could have won the EPL. Last 2 seasons, in fact, we just gave it to Manchester City. Look at what Arne Slot is doing with Liverpool this season. Mikel Arteta has been at my club for 5 years now. And most of them scoring Sporting CP5. Oh, actually, come on. It's just a normal Arsenal play. It's nothing special. They just got the win. That's all. Let's move to the next topic.
Emotional,
let's
emotional.
move.
My brother, don't be
Emotional,
emotional. Don't be
emotional.
emotional.
Sammy, Barcelona won their game against Brest in the Champions League on Tuesday, and it was absolutely massive, massive game. Do you like the shape of the Brest against Barcelona?
I think the shape of Brest this time was not the best. I think Brest was all over the place. They were not able to be compact this time. So Barca was easily in fact, Barca easily how do you say it? Malfondled,
Best excuse.
No, don't
yeah,
worry. That's the
malfondled,
magic of shape of breast.
yeah, malfondled the breast. Breast was really exposed this time. I think Barca like to play with breasts, and I think right now, looking at how Barca was able to expose breasts, most people would like to play with breast now. But looking at it on the other side, I think kudos to Barca. We've gone 2 games without playing so well, but looking at the game with breast, I think it was a step in the right direction. I think it's high time that Barca too still need to have that 100% concentration, because if today you have the opportunity to play against a very big club and you don't have that concentration, it can actually not help you. So it's a good step in the right direction. I think Pedri was superb.
Hmm. We hope breast will come back stronger. Eddie, sometimes you do like breast shape as well. But then, Eddie, PSG once again have disappointed us in the Champions League. We saw the formation, we saw the tactical discipline that Luis Enrique is trying to input into the team, but then it's just not working for PSG. Is it that every good coach who comes to PSG should be treated this way? Is it the mentality of the team? Or will there be a coach who will overturn the fortunes of PSG in the Champions League?
Sometimes it's sad to see the League One champions when they come to the Champions League with different performance. It saddens our hearts with all the quality of players they at their disposal. For the past 3 seasons, with the like of I think the great players, Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, all these other great players, they couldn't win anything for the club. With the managerial aspects, they've gotten the managers they deserve to handle such players. So it will take time. It will take time for them to probably keep up in the Champions League. But their performance, I think they showcase against Bayern, it's Akadasika, it's unacceptable. The Germans were the better side, and probably they outplayed PSG, and also they won the game. But I was also a bit sad when Dembele got the red card. I was thinking probably Bayern could have taken the game more to PSG, probably to get more goals. But we didn't see that. And Bayern too, on the other way, has to also improve better, because if they keep up with this, they might not go far in the Champions League.
If they keep this, they might not go far in the Champions League. Lastly, Emma, do you think Vincent Kompany exceed your expectation as Bayern Munich coach?
Yeah, for me, I think for coaches and players, mostly I like us to, assess their performance at the end of the season. Yeah, we are still in the middle of the season, and you can't just say that Vincent Company has done, marvelously well. He's not performed to the best of his abilities and the expectation of the Mountain fans. So I think we have to wait for the season to win. For me, he's got some, poor results during this, time. So he has also faced his ups and downs, going to the Montjuic Stadium to play against Barcelona, losing to Barcelona, I think 4-1 or 4-0, forgetting the scoreline. Yeah, he's been playing some matches and he's lost some games. And yeah, we are let's wait for the season to end and see what's the maybe he can even win the Champions League. Who knows? He can even win the Bundesliga from Bayer Leverkusen. And when the season is over, we can sit down and assess him properly. Because we've seen coaches with a poor start and their finish was very good. What is happening to Real Madrid, for instance, they can have a very poor time at this moment, and going into the latter part of the season, they can come in Norway with the Real Madrid. They can come and win the Champions League and even win the La Liga. Manchester City are also facing their problems. And you can't just say, based on what Manchester City are facing now, Pep Guardiola is not a good coach. Let's wait for the season to end and we can assess everyone properly.
Let's wait for the season to end and we'll assess the coaches very well. Meanwhile, Leicester City sacked their coach as well. It looks like they are looking forward to sign, is it Van Nistelrooy? Yeah, Ruud Van Nistelrooy. So let's see how this is going to play out. Meanwhile, whilst others were playing Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday, some clubs are still playing today, the likes of Chelsea and Manchester United. Maybe next season, I don't know whether they will be able to get the Champions League play. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Guys, if you just join us and you are new, still remember it's Ashili Sports. We are building the community as far as possible. Join as the bus is trying to kick. If you let it go, then you start to join, probably you might not get all the excitement. And hey, like, share, and subscribe and be part of this amazing community. And your opinions are highly welcome. What do you think about the Champions League? Ciao.